Well, here we are in Bristol, in the centre of Bristol, and this is the Cenotaph. Now, I can't begin to tell you how many times I've passed by the Cenotaph here in Bristol. I never really taken any notice of it, it's just there. But you know, I have been filled, how would I put it, how do I phrase it? Filled with rage. Because, you know, look, there's a symbol of a sword that's in the shape of a cross. And so the suggestion is a Christian war. A war fought by Christians. The First World War, the Second World War. And yet we hear people that are outraged at what's going on in the Middle East at the moment. And I am, of course, outraged. I am outraged at what happened at October 7th. I'm outraged at what's happened since then. I'm outraged at what religious extremists have brought upon that region and the consequences for the worldwide economy. Yeah, that's right, yeah, that's right, yeah, the media keeps playing down the consequences, what it means for each and every human being on planet Earth. Yeah, they do that. They can't help it. They have everything to lose. But here we are. You know, there was the carpenter's son from Bethlehem that set the ultimate example on humans, how humans should deal with one another and treat one another. And yet they've used the Romans. We go back to the Romans, so-called Constantine the Great, how he used religion to bind his empire together, and then used the cross. He claimed the sign of the cross appeared in heaven when he was fighting one of his battles, and this indicated Jesus Christ was with him and behind the army to massacre other people, kill other people in the name of God. And I've actually written a book on which each symbol represents and the loss of lives involved in the Royal Navy. There's an MM there, it says, with an anchor, which I think it stands for Merchant Marine, which means something to me because I'm an ex-merchant seaman. And when I first went to sea, there were still veterans of World War II doing their last few years at sea before they got their pension. And so, you know, war, what has it brought to mankind? It's brought nothing good. It's been, as Churchill mentioned about in his Cold War speech after World War II, all the nations were sucked into a whirlpool. And that's what they're trying to prevent. Excuse me, they're trying to prevent now in the Middle East is the nations, all the world being sucked in to that war there. But it's inevitable, it's going to happen. Yep, well done.